Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another weekly update. Hope everybody's having a lovely weekend. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Guys, we did not close out bearishly. I do not think we are going much higher, but I do think we are going higher from here. So let's get right into it. You did close out with the hammer candlestick over here on SPY, on QQQ, on IWM. No, we're not going to call it a hammer, but we will call it a bullish candlestick. It's not bearish, all right? You got the same look over here on DIA, which you actually are coming straight off of your break and retest level from over here. You can see that big fat red line right there. All right, and I'm just going to say, guys, things don't look the worst heading into this week. I do think we get some continued upside. Let's talk about why we think that and where we think price is going to stall out. Guys, this will actually be a shorter video. All right, now it is a more detailed video than our previous video, but it will we're gonna shoot for the 10-minute mark. Okay, so first things first, we're literally just following this. All right, this is the analog setup to the current setup. This is literally what we've been following here on this channel ever since we got our big fat red bar right here at the top. You see that arrow? We got the same exact thing going on over here. Now I'm going to go over to a different layout right now, and I am going to point out these similarities. And like, this is really picture perfect. This is my roadmap. All right, this is literally the roadmap. All right, so follow my arrow right here. You get a big fat red bar. You rally on up the next 2 days to the 0.786 fib. Then you come down here, you break your horizontal support, break and retest off of that level, and you go lower by 5.92%. We're just going to say 5.9%. All right, so that was that. And then you rebound from there. You break this downtrend, and you run right into the golden pocket. You retested. You went up 4.8% from the low there, and you retested the horizontal resistance. And again, 0.786 fib. So that's important right there. So we have that. And then from there, you sold off and you went down about 7%. Okay, before your next little short McSqueezy over here. Okay, so you got that going on. And now what do we have? Well, again, just follow my arrow. Big fat red bar right here. Okay, let's actually go like that. All right, so big fat red bar right there. What happened next? The next 2 days, you rebounded. You did not hit the 0.786 fib, but you did come right into the golden pocket. Then what happened? You came down, you broke your horizontal support. Okay. Broke it on this day. You retested on this day. You sold off 5.9%. Well, is that similar to what you have over here? Yes. Yes, it is. 5.9%. From that point on, you then also developed that downtrend. You broke that downtrend. You actually hit it with the break and retest over here. I would call this, this is a decently bullish setup going on right here. Personally, over here, I was still saying IWM. That is the only one that was really pointing to like, hey, this is a bullish setup. Okay. Because everybody else, including me, had seen this. Okay. Breakdown from that. There you go. Okay. But you guys see what happened just like I saw what happened. All right. So now what are we looking for? Well, we're going to look for, buyers to take you into this golden pocket. You tap the 0.618. Over on Friday. All right, you tapped it. Now what? I think we will continue higher. I think it's going to play out like it did over here. We went up to the 0.786 fib. All right, we are retesting that horizontal support. I don't think it's going to hold. I think we are going to go a little above it. False break, break up there through that support turned resistance. And then I think you stall out in the golden pocket. And then if you have the same 7% move down from the golden pocket right here, from the 0.786 fib to be exact, then that brings you to the previous all-time high, which was 479.98. Okay, let's just fix that level right now. Like that. Make this nice and thick for us. This is the wrong one. There we go. Okay, guys, right there. So I want to start the video off with that. I do think we are literally following this right over there. Same thing on QQQ. Okay. I told you guys once we got that big fat red bar, that is what we're looking for, guys. We're looking for this opportunity to rise because I did think this was what was going to be the case. We get this. All right. Keep in mind, guys, this rebound into the golden pocket is what we have been looking for ever since our big fat red bar on SPY. Right over here. This was the beginning of the... Go back to the video. I'm pretty positive I said this could be the beginning of the end. All right? This was the beginning of the end. We're now going to the correction. Don't get it twisted. Do not fall for your bull trap here. Okay, I'm going to point to some bullish charts. So we got some conflicting data, but, you know, I think it all leads to we go a little bit higher. All right, but I still think you're going to stall in that golden pocket. I don't think you're going to take out that high just yet. I think you're going to continue your correction. You either have one more leg down like that, and then you go, all right, or you're going to have your leg down, bounce, okay, and picture perfect. You do this. Let's look at it this way. If you bounce from there to here, that's 2.9%. You guys want to see something? All right, that would be 4.4%. So it'll be a little up there, right? So we're going to be watching this. Once we come down, we'll be watching this level right here. Okay? Because if it really is going to mimic that, this is how it's going to happen. Oh, wow. Yeah, you guys really do want to see something, eh? Well, look at that. This is about that 3% mark right here. Just like over here. And then you slightly overthrow it. You come up 4%. That would be this level right here. Okay? We don't have anything similar over here. I'm just pointing out the similarities here. If we do get exactly this, all right, you're going to get that 4% move up. And then we're going to slam it down. Slam it down. Okay? You had this break and retest over here. You got really close to it. So that would be equivalent to us getting really close to this right here. Us coming into it, bouncing up, and then boom, you're coming back into it. Everybody starts taking their long positions right here, probably going to be me included. I'll be buying time. And then guess what? It slightly underthrows it, and everyone's like, oh, Henry, oh, you said buyers were going to come in. And I'm going to be like, guys, just give it some freaking time. Just give it some freaking time. Because then you're going to see this. I remember I looked like a freaking... I was in the loony bin over here because it got to be right here. And I was like, guys, we've nailed all of this. Okay? It's time where you're either going to get one more lower low and then you get a face ripper rally, or you are going to put in a higher low here. It would have been in the golden pocket right here. And then you would have went up from here. Just because A, B, C. Yeah. I think that's what I was thinking. A, B, C being your correcting move. A, B, and then C. And then boom, you would start a 1, a 2, a 2 and 3. Yeah, okay. You didn't really follow any sort of Elliott wave here. All right. I'm just going to keep doing my TA, guys. Okay. Elliott wave is cool and all, but I think I have definitely demonstrated what works here on this channel. And if you're not new to the channel, then yeah, you know that is the case. And guys, all right, this is my work here on the channel. Please feel free to follow along. I think you're going to like my work. I'm actually asking you, hey, give it a shot. All right, give it a shot for a week. See if you like how I do things. If you do like how I do things, stick around. All right. It is not going to hurt to subscribe. You can always unsubscribe in a day. Okay. It literally doesn't matter. I'm also going to say, hey guys, if you are finding value in this, then, and you know, you're making money, or, you know, your trading's going good because of it, you know, it's helping you. Guess what? Please share. I would be so freaking thankful. All right. Please share with someone that you would also think would find value in the content that we provide here every day. Well, it's 6 days a week, Monday through Friday. We do have the, you know, just the normal daily updates. And then in the weekly update, we like to take a more detailed approach into, you know, what we're going to be watching for this week. This week, guys, we're really just watching for this. Now, let's go down to the smaller time frames now. I'm going to come back over here. Now that we've covered that, let's go over to the normal layout. All right. So, you know, picture perfect, guys. We're going to go up a little more here. We're going to go up another literally 1%. We're going to go up 1 more percent here, guys. We're going to get to 517, and we're going to fall from there. Picture perfect. That is what we're looking for this week. Now, I will point out, guys, you didn't have a bearish candlestick here on the weekly time frame. Like, I understand, you know, we're looking for that sell. You have these two green bars right here. But guess what? You know, this was a bullish bar, and then you went sideways and you rolled over. What if we trade sideways, drive everyone freaking bonkers for the next week? All right. What if that happens? What if you literally come up here? Okay. Everyone's like, oh, you're having a big week. You're having a big week. You go all the way up there and then boom, you come back down here and maybe you end right here. Now, you'd probably, maybe you get a gap up and you go like that. I don't know. All right. Do you guys see what I see over here? All right. You closed out the week right here, started right here, you faded. All right. So what if we literally do start right here, go like that, maybe go a little higher the next week, and then you fade? I don't know. But all I'm saying is this candlestick does not point to immediate downside. It does not. It points to, yeah, we either got an indecision candlestick or a bullish candlestick coming, and I think it's probably going to be an indecision candlestick. Now, how would that shape up, guys? That would literally just shape up in the form of, let's sell off a little bit, let's rally back up. Or let's rally and then let's sell off. All right? So when we have sideways weeks, doesn't mean you're just going to get literally sideways action. It means you're probably going to go like that and somehow you end up in the same spot. Okay? Or, you really don't have all that much action on the week in the end. But, there still will be tradable moves. Guys, I understand price hasn't made the higher high, but if it does, just peep its head up here. Okay? Like this just needs to come up here, tap the 0.618. All right? And then from there, we can look for a sell. You have the 15-minute bearish divergence. Maybe it gets burned, maybe it doesn't. If it gets burned, we watch for something like this, okay? So these are my scenarios right here. There's number one right there, and I still think we're gonna do that afterwards. I'm just saying right now, if we sell off here, I think we're gonna get that. Or you get something like this. All right, and in that case, you would be getting that. Yeah. All right. So it would look something like this. And there you would have your, okay. I understand I botched that. But yeah, you guys see what I see. So over here, you pop up, you hold this divergence right here. Here, you burn through this divergence right there. You get a higher high. And from that, we have to wait for a new one to form. Okay. It would be a lower low right here. That's what you're watching. Okay. 15-minute bearish divergence. From that point on, guys, you're going to have this low right here. When you slice through this, you could possibly get a break and retest. This is your picture perfect short for the week off of that 15-minute bearish divergence. Okay. And I think from that point, guys, you're going to get it, picture perfect. You get to take a short right here, 517 to 518. You have such a tight risk profile here. Okay. You have your support right here, or not support. You have your resistance right above, as well as the 0.786 fib. All right, your risk reward in this scenario, if you get to buy this and you have a 15-minute bearish divergence here, guys, I'm talking, I think this is going to be one of the easiest triggers to pull for myself. I'm willing to go heavy into this short. But, I'm also, I'm pretty happy about that because I'm just going to say, all right, I haven't been comfortable shorting. I haven't seen a lot of bearish structure on the larger time frame, and now we're definitely seeing it. I've been pointing this out, all right? The tide has changed. Okay, we got our big fat red bar, and that was your warning sign that we could start that move down. Now we got the move down. You're bullish until you're not, guys. You got this. We're looking for this. Nothing changed. Okay, same thing we've been talking about quite some time. Okay, so those are really your two scenarios over here on SPY. If you do get this, I think you go higher here, and then I think you probably sell from there. Again, you'd probably have a bearish divergence, though, going like that. All right, so it wouldn't even be that. It would be this. Those are your two scenarios over here in SPY for the week that I'm going to be paying attention to over here at QQQ. Let's talk about it. And first things first, over here on SPY, if you do come in to your 0.618 fib, it literally does align with this horizontal resistance. This was the bottom of your range that when you had the floor drop out over here. Well, this is where you had support. You have a bounce here, you have a bounce here. Then you broke down, you had the break and retest over here. So very clearly, that's where we should have sellers stepping in, just like over here on QQQ. You had sellers stepping in right there. You had sellers very clearly. This was the bottom of the range right here. You had two spots to watch. Golden pocket, 0.618 fib, right there at 433.71. The top of this candlestick was 433.76. All right, so we know sellers were there. It's the same exact scenario over here in SPY. You get up here, 512, we'll call it 512.90. Yeah, look for sellers to step in. Let's actually look at the low of this candlestick to get an exact level that we are paying attention to is going to be 512.76. Okay, 512.76 is what we were paying attention to. All right, sorry, I have this we got the thick lines on there because I was posted on Twitter. Guys, if you have not already gone and followed me on Twitter, guys, go follow on Twitter, please. Like, I mean, even just show the support, but I guarantee if you like these videos, you will find a lot of value over on the Twitter. Every weekend, I will also be taking ticker requests. So if you want a shot at, you know, me just charting whatever you want to request, go over there every single week. I will ask you guys what you want me to chart. All right, what are we looking at? Let's do that. It's a way for me to get some more trade ideas. It's a way for you guys to get what you want. You know, it's a win-win for both of us. Let's make it happen. All right. Also, I'm just trying to grow over there in the space. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be putting effort in. Okay. And, you know, maybe I'm not going to grow in the way that I know and I love doing over here on YouTube. Guys, it's pretty consistent. I know what a good video is at this point. You know, a good video will bring in anywhere from 20 to 50 people overnight. Okay. Twitter, yeah, somehow, guys, I post what I consider quality content. What I provide over here on YouTube that, you know, I also perceive, again, as quality content, you know, and then, yeah, I lose people like pretty much every post. So I don't really know. I did the ticker request. So I was like, good morning, guys. All right. However I worded it, I put out the tweet. I lose 5 followers on the ticker request tweet. This is literally me asking the people, like, hey, what ticker shall we, you know, what do you guys want charted? Oh, no, some 5 people decide to leave. Maybe the bots, probably not. All right, because every single time I post, people leave. But you know what, guys? I'll get the hang of it. I'm going to keep putting in effort, and I will keep trying. Eventually, we will figure that out, okay? On the top end over here, guys, 519.48 is going to be your resistance. I'm going to take that off my chart because I don't even think it's going to come into play. I think we're going to stall out here at 518, the 0.786 fib. Okay, so that's really that, guys. That's what we're watching over here on SPY on QQQ. All right, we're watching for a very similar thing to happen. We're watching for you to take out this high, for this thing, okay, to not be taken out. All right, so we want this to slightly pop up here. Maybe it way pops up here, and then you get a big, fat, nasty wick, okay? Maybe the candle starts here. You get a wick all the way up, you know, it goes here, and then boom, it closes right here. It puts in a shooting star candlestick or something like that. That's ideally what you're looking for. And in the moment, it's going to be like, oh, it's going. And then boom, this price comes back down. It's going to put in the higher high, just like over here. You have this big wick, all right? You see here how price is here, and then you have, you know, right here, the oscillator moved down. Well, what caused it to move down, even though price did make the higher high in that candlestick? It's because you had a wick, all right? During the formation of that candlestick, you had higher prices, okay? So that's what creates these divergences. You have the higher prices, but in the end, price came down. That is exactly what caused these divergences. That's what you're looking for over here, right? So scenario number 1 is going to be that. And then you're coming down to 429.73. If you're lucky on the bear side, you're going to come down and you're going to revisit 427.50. Okay? So that is really that. And guess what? If you just were to take that to that, your golden pocket is also going to be right below 427. So that is definitely something to pay attention. So I do think you go higher here. I think it's going to be just like last time. Okay, I've been very vocal about this over here. 0.786 fib. Okay, I think you're probably going to be revisiting that, which means, all right, I'm going to take, you know, my stance here. Guys, you know, I'm looking for the pullback. We're bearish on this, you know, rally right here. And then you're going to pull back, and then you probably get another bid, and that's going to create your sideways action for the week. Okay, that's how I'm thinking. So this is scenario number 1. Now, obviously, that doesn't have to happen. You could just die from here. I have absolutely no idea. I could, like, very easily go like that. All right? But if I had to guess, you're going to get bought up. So my likely scenarios are this for the week. These are mine right here. You got, this is number 1. Scenario number 2. You take out this divergence right there. You pop up, and it doesn't happen with the divergence. And then you're going to do this. You sell from here. You sell maybe down here, and you're like, oh, there's no divergence, Henry. What are you talking about? And then it's going to come back up, okay? And then you have an ever so slight divergence, and then you get a big boy sell, all right? So in this scenario, bigger sell because, you know, guys, everything's like a rubber band, an elastic band. That's how I look at these things. I look at the oscillators. This, you know, the further you, you know, you're gonna bounce here without your pullback, the more aggressive that pullback will be. It creates this scenario, this volatile scenario here. Whereas if we just pop our head here, it opens the door for, we can get that $5 to $8 sell that I always say I'm looking for on these 15-minute bearish divergences. But then it also leaves the door wide open for you to run back up. You're literally just breaking, retesting off this level right here. Okay, it leaves the door wide open. Okay, so these are my two scenarios. Number one, you come all the way down here to 430-ish, you bounce, all right? And from there, what are you looking for? Okay, bearish divergence. The other one, you're just going to literally, all right, you're going to come right here. There's not going to be a divergence right here, okay? And you're going to do that. I mean, either way, we have room for a triple bearish divergence or a normal bearish divergence. You guys get the point, though. We're looking for price to stall out right here. I think it's very clear, okay? So, you know, I'm just going to, just so I don't confuse both of us. Well, I mean, I'm not confusing me. I don't want to confuse you guys. SPY. Just stick to the scenarios I just pointed out over here on SPY. I will definitely tell you the price action on SPY recently has been, it's been very freaking clean. All right, you guys can see what I see. This has been extremely clean price action, and I think it's definitely going to be easier just to follow this. Look at this. Look where you closed. Or not closed, but look where you peaked. All right, this is picture perfect price action. Come over here to IWM because we did not talk about it, guys, all right? I was definitely pounding the table on this bullish setup. I was saying, guys, things don't make sense to me, all right? Other things are suggested we're going to be going down. Then you had Microsoft, you had Meta looking how it was, you had Amazon looking how it was. All right, and in the end, what did Mr. Amazon do? Okay, it did end up, I understand earnings or not, it did end up going higher, and now it does look like next week it's going to take out this high, guys. These aren't bullish, you know, setups we got going on here. These aren't bearish, I mean. These aren't bearish setups we got. We got, you know, the door wide open for some bullish scenarios. Now, yes, on this pop, guys, we're going to look for that pullback. Okay, I do think you're not going to go much higher over here on Amazon. I think you're probably, you know, setting up to do something like this. I have no idea. Maybe I'm completely wrong on that, but I told you guys, you just peaked a new all-time high here. We were looking for the pullback, and it made no sense that you know, you're not going to find buyers down here. You're either going to find buyers here or at the uptrend. Okay, it turned out to be right here. Okay, so that's that. And honestly, guys, you kind of do have this uptrend that you can pay attention to right there now with that touch point. So that's what we'll be paying attention to now on this come down. Okay, so let's build that into our scenarios. We're not going to do it right now, but, you know, as price action develops here, that is what we'll definitely be watching. Let's say you know, slice on through that. We'll look for the break and retest. Okay, this kind of does make sense to me right here. Something like that. This is what I'm saying, guys. As you see things, build them into your paths. Build them into your likely scenarios. As long as you're always thinking like that, you'll always be thinking ahead. All right, so there's that. You come over here to Goog. You know, this thing doesn't look bad at all, guys. This thing is bullish. How are you going to look at this chart and not tell me it's bullish? You pull back, you're going to find buyers here. What the heck is going on? Come on. All right, you're going to find buyers there. You go higher, you know, you're just setting back up. You can have a massive pullback, okay? And it doesn't matter. You're just going to pull back here, and then you're going to come like that, okay? So, like, these things are looking, you know, beyond bullish, okay? Beyond bullish. Now, let's step over here, back over here to IWM, because it did not finish what I was, you know, just going over here. All right? Guys, picture perfect. You stalled out right there at the 0.618 fib. That is the start of the golden pocket, and you sold off about $2 from there. Congrats if you took a short off there. Okay. If you're new to the channel, I'll just show you guys my what I know as my bread and butter at this point. Okay. First things first, break and retest. Right here. Second thing second, golden pocket test. This is a setup that will always be around, especially on the indexes. In scenarios like this is literally my trade plan for QQQ. This is how I'm going about it. This is I took the starting position over there on Friday, and I'm looking to get heavy into, you know, some puts, QQQ specifically. Going on this week, I would just like to do it up in the upper range here. I think I'm gonna get a chance to you know, sell. I only have 2 right now. I think I'm gonna get a chance to take those off and then take a re-entry, but except in this scenario where we get the pullback here, and then we go higher. You get to trim here on the pullback, and you get to add it right back over there, and you get to run it back. All right, so just my thoughts. I hope those thoughts can help you. I do. I genuinely, really hope you guys enjoy these videos, because I do enjoy making them. I guarantee that one. Listen, guys, my day's been boring. It's slow at work. Came home and recorded this video. This is the highlight of my day. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll call this the highlight of my day. I did kill the gym. Okay. I'm rising up, back on the streets. No. I'm hyped. All right. I hope you guys get hyped about your fitness. I do. All right, guys. When you're smashing PRs, it's a different feeling. All right. And when you know you're doing them in the best way possible, slow and controlled, and you're coming back from all these injuries, and you're lifting all the weights that you used to be able to lift, but now you don't have to use wrist straps, and your grip strength is off the hinges. You never have to use straps anymore, and your legs, because you just couldn't hit anything. Now your legs are they're all matched up. Your body is looking really, balanced. It's a beautiful thing, all right? And we're not even talking bodybuilding or anything. I'm talking functional strength, baby. All right? Go kill it in the gym. I promise it'll be the best possible thing you could do every single day. There is that. All right? 3 to 1. Well, it's 3.5 to 1 risk-reward ratio every single time. Exactly. Okay, you put your stop slightly above the 0.786 fib, because if you break the 0.786 fib, we're talking daily close, all right? You want to wait. If you're entering this on the daily chart, just like we're looking at right here, you're doing this as a daily close up here. Maybe it does get up here, right? But 9 out of 10 times you are going to stall it here. With this given setup we have right now, yeah, you are going to stall it over here. You're at least going to get that pullback, so you trim. You get that opportunity to trim. You don't have to wait out. Okay, let's look at it this way. You enter here, you risk going up here. That's going against like $4 on you, okay? You're risking it for this. Well, if you're getting a May 17, 430 put on QQQ, okay? You're entering right here. Well, you get down to 430, you're already going to be up, we'll just say 70% or so. Maybe you take one off there. Well, what if you do catch this whole move? Okay, so you're risking this. Maybe you're down like, we're going to call it 30 to 45%. But then you get this, okay? And that's what you're catching here, okay? So you even get a move like this, and now you're up freaking 150, 200%. Now you actually caught this move, and now you're up like 300 beans, around 300%. Okay, so like risk reward, I like these setups. I think it's, a bread and butter that anybody can just include in their arsenal. And there you go. If you're new to the channel, now you have it. Anybody who's not new to the channel, then you know about it. Okay, Golden Pocket always creates your trade opportunities. It literally does. Continuously, smaller time frame or not. All right, you guys don't believe me? Well, let's just look back what happened on SPY. Okay, all 3 legs. Do you guys want to see the Golden Pocket trade opportunity that these presented to you every single time here? By that, I mean the past two out of 2 times. Okay, not always going to work. But a lot of the times you get these setups, and a lot of times they come with divergences, okay? And they give you a really clear opportunity, okay? You enter here, you risk down here, and you're playing for 100%, move back to the upside, back to this previous high. All right? You're going and searching for that liquidity. There you go. Because, you're already, the tide has changed. Obviously, go with the trend if you're doing this and stuff like that, okay? It's not always going to work out like that. It's not. But a lot of the times, it will create these opportunities for you to catch these moves. There's your other trade plan right there. Okay? And again, it's not always going to work. You went from here down to here. You came right above it. You would have been, I know, you would have been frustrated. I get it. Okay? I understand. That sucks. That sucks. But, it's not always picture perfect. Nothing's going to be picture perfect. But it is sometimes absolutely fan-flippin-tastic. You got an IWM. You got the same thing on QQ. They all did the same. You got the same thing at DAA. It did not matter which, well, not DAA. This thing was just consolidating for a while. All right. And DAA, guys, it didn't even get close to its golden pocket, which does lead me to believe we have further upside this week. I think DIA is probably just going to come up here to 390 and then we stall out. So that's what I'm looking for over here. VIX, you don't believe in TA on Mr. VIX, guys. VIX has been fully crushed. Okay, the RSI is now in the same spot. You've been kind of getting these bounces here. So, definitely something to take note of. If you come down to the support, watch for buyers down there. I understand there's no actual buyers on Mr. VIX, but, if you know, you know. There you go. If you know, you know. But yeah, guys, this is what VIX crush looks like. And after it does get crushed, you know, it could take some time. It really could. That was 33 bars there. Well, we're just gonna say it started over here. Now we're only, guys, that's at freaking 14. Okay, we could crush for a long time, but I think it's much more likely that you're gonna get a spike up. All right, I think it's much more likely you're gonna at least revisit this trend line, and then maybe there's less fear in the streets. Okay, people are looking to buy the dip. You get that, and then maybe that's your final thing, and then maybe it's a VIX explosion. All right, and then people are panicking. You're like, oh, you're going crazy. You're gonna come all the way up here. You already broke 22. Oh, whoa. You know, slight, or maybe you stall out here and then crush again. Okay, and then major bottom. I think then you would come all the way down here. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Realistically, that's what I'm looking for. All right, let's talk about some setups on the week. I'm actually gonna kick it off over here with some of these ticker requests I took. These weren't bad. All right, so first things first, I do want to point out, I'll talk about those after this, okay? But these ticker requests right over here, there you go. All right, let's start off over here on Mr. Tesla. Guys, Tesla ain't looking bad. Tesla just broke out from this downtrend. You had a downtrend there, you broke out from it. All right, you could pull back, but I think overall, you were looking over the next, like, we're going to say 4 to 8 weeks, a move up to this uptrend here. Okay, so if you get the chance to buy down here at 160, your upside move potential, guys, is 75 bucks. By 2 months out, you're looking for this crazy ass move. All right, pardon my French. There you go. Okay, Microsoft, this is one I definitely think is worth noting. All right, and you know, I did not hold, I had calls for next week, but you know, I don't know what these things are going to end up doing. All right, this thing could end up rallying from here, it could not. Okay, this is like something, a chart that again just confirms what I think over here. We're probably about to go sideways for 2 weeks. Like you see right over here, that bar and that bar, they went sideways. I understand you got a lot of clutter there. I understand. I do. But yeah, this thing looks like it's about to push back up to the highs, guys. If like, you know, maybe we have something else pulling the market down. Well, this thing does that, but then you come over here to Mr. Nvidia, and this thing also closed out pretty bullishly. All right, wrong layout here, but let's go over these tickers first. GLD, all right, you do have this, you know, this falling wedge / bull pennant going on, and I highly, you know, think this thing is going to push up from here. All right, and retest this this uptrend that you just broke. So that is something to pay attention to. TL, you do have this broadening wedge. This is also something. Oxy, all right, these are names like Oxy and Zom. They've been dying off recently, all right, but you see that hammer. Well, it's not even a hammer. That's Dragonfly Doji. You know, these are things that suggest you're probably going to be picking up the pace here. Okay, you're going to be, you know, heading for that reversal. You clear as day do have something in the works over here on Mr. Oxy. You definitely do. Okay, so watch for it. This could be a rebound over here on Oxy. Immediately, where are you looking for resistance over here on Oxy? 65 bucks. Okay. HD is another one we're going to pay attention to here on this channel. Okay. I actually wanted to take this last week. I did not end up taking it. But you do have a picture perfect break and retest going on here from this previous range that, guys, this took like 2 years. Okay. This is 650 days right there. You know, 360 days in a year. Slap on another freaking 200 days, guys. You have 1.7 years here. 1.66 years. Okay. Because that's 2/3. 1.66 years, guys. Do you really think the breakout is just going to last half a year? No. It's very likely that you are going to find buyers here, and you're probably going to push up to a new all-time high. Hi. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. All right. Right there, guys. You do end up having a big old cup. And what is this we have over here? We have this big old handle. Okay, so if you come right back up here, maybe you're going to get, like it said, that rubber band action. Have this very quick come down after you're grinding higher. Okay, I think you're probably about to slap this thing back upwards. There's that. TLT, I didn't This was in a ticker, like someone requested it. I did not post it because, I don't think there's much to watch in the short term on this thing. All right, so I just left it out. This thing's pretty ugly in the short term. You are looking for a move back up here. So that's a 2% move back up to $92. But this prevailing downtrend is really what you want to pay attention to. I'm actually going to put an alert on there. I don't even think I can... You can't go like far out. I doubt that alert will actually be hit. That's going to expire. That will expire worthless, that alert. That is very likely going to be the case. Okay. All right. So those are the ticker requests that I really thought were worth noting. You have over here on Mr. Apple, guys. I understand. Like, this is one of those things like Microsoft that I was just saying, it don't make sense. But, the charts are what the charts are. And, typically when I share my opinions on these things and they go against what makes sense, I feel like those are, usually right. I do get a lot of things right. So I can't really point to a lot of things I got wrong. A big one was AMD. A big one was Apple, actually. I can point right here in front of what we're looking at. I was wrong over here. I remember Apple started breaking down, and I really did think right over here, I thought it was a great buying opportunity. I thought it was amazing. No, it wasn't. All right? It wasn't. This thing died. But now, this is something like, I was waiting on. This is exactly it. This is why, if you got enough time, hint, hint, August expiration, you kind of just sit on your hands and wait for the thing to come back. This is Apple. You had a lot of freaking time. You're not suffering too much data. This thing at some point was going to snap back all at once. All right, all at once. Let's look at it this way. You started move here. You had a 16% move down all in one go. 2 weeks. You gave back 10% of that 16% move down. Guys, you literally just recovered 2/3 of the move down. This is why I always say things do not go straight up. They do not go straight down. If you see something like this and it does not add up, that is when, you probably could just buy time and you just wait it out. This is a big boy. Same thing like over here on Microsoft. If you really, want to do your things, you do it when the daily RSI is down here and you just wait to ride it out. And that is what we have going on, guys. Perfect break and retest going on over here. Perfect break and retest going on over here. And now you're testing that uptrend, as well as you have the breakout level sitting right below, guys. If you come down, I'm looking for buyers to step in, but I'm also just looking for this thing to take out the high. Just like this chart, Apple over here, guys. This thing doesn't have to, this and Microsoft don't have to come back up to the highs, but this thing does, look very similar to what happened last time. And just like over here in SPY, it very, could do exactly this. Maybe, a variation of this. You get a pullback here, test this heavily traded zone here. You very could see it on the weekly time frame, and then you head higher. I have absolutely no idea. I think you're going to put in a higher low here. I think the tide has just changed. Where would the perfect spot on Apple be for that to happen? Right here at the high of this candlestick, which would be right here, exact level, 178.36. I'll mark this on this chart. Okay, so 178.36 is really what you're watching on Apple's come down here. And, if buyers don't step in there, you're just coming all the way back down here. Maybe you retest where you broke out from. Maybe you really give some of this move back. And then you're looking like that. Okay? Either way, that's what you're watching over here on Apple. You're looking for buyers stepping right here, 178.36, or you're looking for them to step in down here on the golden pocket. On this come down, you're looking for a higher low, though. Okay, you look for the higher low. You're looking for the buyers to take you back up to the high. I understand with, our outlook on the S&P and NASDAQ, I understand that this doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. The chart is what it is. Apple has literally died as the market. QQQ, the NASDAQ, as Apple is the largest participant, went higher. All right? Slash sideways. It slashed sideways. It went, sideways while this thing died. Okay, let's look at it this way. This started falling January this year. It is not calling a bid all freaking year. Okay? Well, what did QQQ do since January? It has rallied its butt off. All right? So it doesn't have to make sense. The charts are what the charts are. Get that right. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over to my tickers over here. All right. And let's just point out what I am paying attention to. And we're going to come over here. All right. So first things first, I do want to say this might be the best opportunity going into this week. Okay. Bitcoin, you're getting your breakout over here. You are looking for sellers step in the golden pocket, but you know, you're getting this breakout from, how long have you been in this channel? Okay, this downtrend, I should say, a month. You're probably going to get a quick spike here. You have setups like this over here on Mr. Coin, all right, where you're just breaking retesting off of a key zone, key level here. In this key level, it would be 210. You're literally doing the break and retest. If you do fall, you're looking for buyers down here. But you know, in the short term, I think this thing has a solid shot of popping out of this falling wedge here and making a run for it. All right, so that's something you're paying attention to. You come over here tomorrow. Okay, this is a 40-minute video. Holy sweet baby Jesus, that's insane. All right, Mara has been loading for quite some time. You have a higher low here. If you can pop up to a higher high, you have a change in structure. Okay, like right here, you had a high, lower low. You came up. You tried switching it. Okay, but in the end, you literally had the lower high. Okay, and then you continue lower. Well, I think it could be time where this is about to come all the way up here. You pop your head up to 25. Doesn't matter if you pull back. You're bullish on the freaking pullback. Why? Because in the weekly chart, you're going to have a change in structure. Okay, you will have bullish structure from that. Well, we have bullish structure down there just shaping up. All right, but from that point on, you're in an uptrend. Let's put it that way. Okay, when I say bullish structure, I kind of mean we have something loading here. Okay, how it's shaping up is bullish. This is bullish to me, bullish structure. Okay, and then also an uptrend, that would also be bullish structure to me. So if you have this higher low into a higher high, I'm also then going to say, well, now the tides have changed. We have this new bullish structure, whereas we haven't been able to do that for a while. So that's what we're looking for. Okay, above 20, you're looking for these levels to come into play. So this one, and then you have Riot. All right, Riot. Do you guys see where I drew that arrow? It was when price was right here, and then it started falling. All right. Why does it come back up? Because I think this is just putting in a right shoulder for this inverse head and shoulders pattern. And you could be doing some things. You are probably going to be coming all the way up here on Riot. That is a move in the short term that you can look for. Look for another strong one over here out of the miners. CLSK, guys, you see where this green thing is? Well, guess what? This is something that I was paying attention to. I think I posted in the Discord right over there, right? No, I did not get it in the golden pocket, and I don't even think I'm going to play this thing. All right, I'm more interested in Mara. But yeah, CLSK, this has been a strong one. You have earnings right here. So that is the only caveat. I would be honestly playing Coin. Your premiums are going to be the best on Coin, which is completely unreasonable considering it's Coin versus Mara. Why? Because CLSK and Mara do have the earnings this week. So that is going to pump your premium. So that is something to take note of. Speaking of pumped premiums, CELH earnings are on Tuesday. I will be taking a stab at this if we do not have a big gap up overnight. I think there's a heavy shot that you do get a big gap overnight, though. All right. You typically do have positive earnings reactions here, but this is another example here. If you do end up gapping down, I am definitely going to take like $1,000 and put it into weeklies. Okay. Because why? Premiums are going to get absolutely crushed. That means if you gap down, let's say you come down here, you gap down here. I'm looking for the same thing. All right. You gap down $5. Let's gap down $7. All right. Right down to support. Maybe it retests this trend line. You gap down right here, we'll say 71. The 75C guys is going to be going for on weeklies after premiums just got crushed and you had that gap down. They're going to be going for like 2 to 3 cents. All right. I'm going to buy those. Well, I'm probably not going to pick that. I'd probably go $1 out the money and get them for like, $100, maybe 70 to $100 at that point. And then if you get a move like this, boom, okay, boom. You catch even a $10 move, it comes down here. You're getting, we'll say it comes down, gaps down to $72. You get the 73C for $100. And from here it goes, that was $18. 64 all the way up to $82. That's $18. What if it gets a $10 move? At that point, you just see your 73 calls. They're now worth freaking $900. There's your 8x gain, or your 9x, but 800% gain. So that's definitely one that I would pay attention to. Kava is also one on the weekly chart that's looking strong to me. I think this thing is going to just continue higher. So that's that. that is pretty much it, guys. SMCI is getting ready for a big move. In my personal opinion, I do think that is going to be the case between this horizontal support here at 692.50, the low of this candlestick, and then this downtrend. I think things are getting tight. You do have that channel, but take that off, and guys, you just have this, you know, ascending triangle or descending triangle here. You do have a candlestick suggesting you could get a pullback here into next week, but all right, I'm just gonna say I think this thing is, if you come down into the support, I think buyers step in. I think they take you right back up to the trend line. I think this is your trade idea right there. All right, you got Nvidia. We should definitely talk about the Nvidia. All right, on this chart over here, this thing looks sexy. Okay, looks the same actually as SPY and QQ on the weekly chart. But what I think is sexy is what happened over here. Higher low into a higher high. So again, it's that, you know, you already had that take place once, but now the trend goes on is what I'm saying. The trend goes on. All right. And with that trend going on to the higher high, you have a daily close over this downtrend. 1 touch point, 2 touch point, 3 touch point, 4 touch point. It's valid. Okay. Just like this one had a 1, a 2. You have a whole crap ton here, but we'll say a 1, a 2, a 3. And you still got respected. Well, I think this one will be respected. All right. So this is something to definitely just keep in mind. We have bullish individual tickers that are large holdings in the NASDAQ and SPY. All right. S&P 500, specifically the NASDAQ, though, looking bullish. So that's something to take note of. And, you know, I do think we will be getting this move. 1.4% there to the upside. I think it's probable at this point. You got Hood, guys. Hood is earnings coming up this week. This is one that, hey, all right, you got that. Kind of got that, but you can kind of have a different downtrend also to play with that. So that could be the new downtrend you're paying attention to. Maybe you stall out here, pull back into earnings, and then I think you have a big move up, probably loading over here. Just like you had Carvana, similar setup to Carvana. All right, you had the break and retest. Speaking of this exact setup, D-King, guys, I don't like this reaction you had to this level. You literally came to the points. I mean, I like that, you know, my stuff works. 0.618 fib. All right, golden pocket, horizontal, you know, resistance there. Yeah, all right, perfect sell from there. I don't like how this breakout, this thing is a bullish setup. I love this thing, all right? This thing was beautiful. I was personally waiting for that, and there's that. All right, now it honestly looks like you're going to come all the way back down here. We're watching 39.35. It's going to be the high over here of this candlestick, and that's your break and retest. That's where you got it. Already had an A+ setup down there. Now I think you're going to have another one. So yeah, but technically, guys, you do have this higher low into a higher high. So that's also something to take note of. I'm just going to not play it until I see it come back down over here. All right, so I'm actually going to set my alert right there. Okay. That is all I have for you. This, holy, I shot for a 10-minute video and turned into a 48-minute video. I told you guys the weekly updates. I really do my best to give these detailed outlooks going into the following week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed, you know, hanging out with you guys and doing that. And, yeah, with that being said, guys, I appreciate you. And I will catch you all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your weekend. And peace.